Hey guys, I hope you're well. So this is just another video, testing the waters and trying to create YouTube content. But yeah, I just thought I'd hop on again. I'm sorry, I'm in the dark car again. Trying my best to get videos out. Trying my best to be consistent, especially on the YouTube form because it's a little bit longer format and that leans more to my character and the way I am because I'm a big waffler. But alhamdulillah, look, you just got to try and get it as any way you possibly can. You got to do it any way you can and do it in the best of your ability. This is the best of my ability. Unfortunately, sitting in the car with some cheap lighting and just trying to do my best in the car is what I've got. So I got to just hammer it and keep trying. But look, I really wanted to hop on for a reflection this Sunday on this YouTube video because I just wanted to remind people that you need to stop saying, I'll try. The word I'll try has such a negative connotation because essentially you're giving yourself the era of, yeah, well, if I don't do it, then I'm not committed. And genuinely, there's studies out there that you can search up everywhere about the study of language and how it can affect the brain psychology and how it can rewire your brain to change the outcomes of what you're going to do. The thing is, when you say I'll try, or you give yourself that era of, sorry, oh my God, there's a bloody fly. When you give yourself that leeway of, if I don't do it, at least I didn't commit, naturally you will tend to lean more towards the failure side. Now, doing something and failing, that's completely different. You see, if you do something and you do it really well and you try your best and you do everything you can. Now, you see where I use the word try there. I mean, you do the utmost best. And I don't mean the try as in like, you can give up. But I mean as in, if you go out there, give it your absolute best shot, work as hard as you possibly can on that goal, and give it enough time to achieve that goal, 90% of people would succeed. But there's a reason why only 8% of people succeed in their goals, according to studies from the University of Scranton in America. And that's purely based on the language that they use. You see, for me, this journey hasn't been easy. And there's been a lot of internal battles, right? Where maybe you put a post out and it doesn't get the views you want, or you go to something and you don't get what the things that you hoped for. The reality is the journey is so fun if your mentality is right. This journey is so fun for me, genuinely. Like, I enjoy this. I'm starting to really get into my own of filming and talking to the camera, talking to you guys actually, but essentially I'm talking to a camera, right? But talking to you directly. And when I speak to you, I don't speak to you from a place of success. I don't speak to you of a place of looking down on you. I don't speak to you as a person who has already made it or had some sort of hedge fund or, managed to get lucky somehow. And again, luck is a whole other thing. But I speak to you as someone who is in the journey right now trying to do it and documenting every part of the journey. And these Sunday reflections are going to be essentially that, which is me catching up with you, telling you about my journey and what I've seen and the lessons I've learned. And do you know what, honestly, being around all these successful entrepreneurs and successful people and people who are in business and people who are doing really well for themselves, the one thing you realize that aligns with all of them, the one thing you realize is that they all have this mentality of not giving in, not giving up, and just continuing to truck on and build and build and build. You see, you need to look at your life like you're building a house on your own with your own bare hands, one brick at a time. Now, at the beginning, there's nothing there. And it feels like such a massive task, such a huge and difficult task. But once you start laying those bricks one by one, things start to compound. And all of a sudden now you have a wall. And you're like, oh, only got maybe 40 more walls to do, but I can kind of see it now. And then all of a sudden your brain rewires and your brain goes, oh, wait, but we could do it this way. And that would look really cool like this. And I can imagine that wall going like that. And I can imagine. And all of a sudden, your brain is in a whole nother place. You actually can compare your brain to when you first started with, oh my God, this is going to be so much effort. Can I do it? Would I be able to do it? And that's why I love this analogy, using, building a house brick by brick with your own hands, on your own, because you don't see the vision. Now, somebody could be next door and own the next plot of land, and they have all the money, so they can just, boom, they can get contractors and get somebody to build this and get somebody to build that and whatever, because they've got that opportunity. But if you're like me, and most people I'd say are probably in a similar situation to me, where maybe you're a parent, maybe you don't have loads of money, maybe you've never made it, maybe you don't have the support, you have to break the cycle. And you have to understand that you're going to build this thing brick by brick. Me shooting these YouTube videos, right? I always wanted to be a YouTuber from when I was really, really young. And genuinely, one of my biggest regrets in my life is that I did not continue with YouTube when I first started it. I first started YouTube maybe 8 years ago, 9 years ago. And I think to myself, imagine if I had just been consistent. Imagine if I had just posted that one video every month, just for 9 years, 8 years. Can you imagine the compounding effect? Over 9 years. Can you imagine how many followers I would have had? Can you imagine what kind of position I would? I can only imagine, and I'm not saying that it would be the case, but I'm saying that the foundations you lay today, the bricks that you lay today, will become the base of the house of your dreams. You just need to start putting one brick at a time. And yes, it will feel hard. Yes, there'll be ups. There'll be days where you build 2 walls and you're like, yeah, man, I'm getting there. And then the next day you hurt your arm, or something happens, or you're ill, or something goes wrong, and you have to kind of take a day off, or you don't get to do as much work as you wanted to. And that's fine. That's part of the journey. But as long as you got out there and did it and tried, there's nothing else you can do. And that's such a beautiful part to be in, because at least you did the work. And yeah, people give up so easily. I mean, you see it all the time. They're building something and they're motivated. And this is why I hate this whole, don't get me wrong. I motivate people, and I know that's kind of my job, and that's what I try to do with these videos and things like that. But what I'm also trying to show is I'm trying to document that the motivation isn't what's carrying me through. There'll be videos where I'm super excited and something really amazing's happened, and I'm like, wow, this is da-da-da-da. Let me give you an example. So a few days ago, I posted a video on TikTok or Instagram or something like that. Boom, 2K views. I was like, what the hell? Out of the blue. Sorry, I know 2,000 views doesn't seem like a lot, but to me, that's 2,000 people who've watched it, which is crazy. When you put that in a room, you're like, imagine standing in front of 2,000 people and talking. It was so amazing to me, because I didn't even try with that video. I just posted it and it just happened. But then I've also had videos where I've really scripted it out. I've really tried. I've followed a plan, and it's got like 100 views, 50 views, 60 views. And I'm like, oh, that was a bit crap. But what I had to keep reminding myself is I'm not here to do it for the views. Yes, of course, that's the end goal. You want loads of views, you want loads of money, you want that brand or that business or whatever you want, right? There's a whole, of course, I'm not going to lie to you guys and say I don't want views, and I don't want people to subscribe, and I don't want people to get on my channel and watch my videos. Of course you do. My purpose behind these videos is not to just get views and become a content creator. The purpose is that the whole why for me doing this is that I want to document how I started and where I'm going to get to, and how this journey unfolds. And I want it to be like a live online documentation where people can genuinely go and see my first video and see me in 5, 6, 7 years time with a whole completely different situation. I know I'm in the part of the journey that's amazing, where I'm sat in this car right now with this cheap lighting, with my phone, this microphone that I bought from Amazon for like 20 quid. And I know I'm going to look back at it and I'm going to go, I remember being there. I know that. And alhamdulillah, God, I thank God in every aspect that I have the ability to even do this. I have a wonderful wife who takes care of me and does so much for me, and parents and friends and family, all sorts of amazing things, and a roof over my head, and even a car to be able to sit in and do this. This is why I wanted to do this, because I wanted to show, because I know I will make it. I know for a fact, the way my mindset is now, the way my ambition is, the purpose behind what I want to do isn't just to get, in fact, I don't want to be famous, but it's to change lives, to show people that you can do it. Just put the work in. Just put the work in over 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Put the work in and see how it compounds. See, I know that I'm not going to go and shoot one video and all of a sudden get 1 million views on YouTube. But what I do know is that if I continue to work at it, continue to hone my craft, continue to put these videos out there, continue to review, continue to study, continue to keep trying and experimenting and doing it over and over again, I will get better. And if I can suck at this, if I can be crap at this for the next 100 days, I'm already, but I do it for the next 100 days, and I continue to do it for the next 100 days, and it's crap, I'm already 99% ahead of most people chasing their dream. Because I'm doing it. I'm trying. And I'm not giving up on it. My Sunday reflection was basically, life is good, alhamdulillah. And you don't realize how close you are to your goals and your dreams. Most people tend to give up just before they're on the cusp of something good. I'm not willing to take that chance. Not for my son, not for the legacy that I want to leave behind, not for the things that I want to do. I'm too far in, I'm too far gone for it. I'm 30 years old in a week's time. I've given up 9 years, 10 years of my life already. Chasing and giving up on my dreams and not doing what I want to do. And now I'm finally doing what I want to do, and I'm enjoying what I want to do. Am I getting paid to do it? No. Am I still having to work? Yeah. Is life hard? Of course. But am I enjoying the process? Absolutely. Will change. One day I might be sat in a studio, in my own studio, with my own team filming these things and creating content for me and helping me to do these things and getting around really smart people who can help me do these things. But right now, it's just me. And I'm okay with that. Look, I just wanted to leave you with this. It's the end of the week. Whatever you've done in the last week, wipe it clean. Tomorrow or tonight, set an intention. Set an intention of what you want to achieve tomorrow. Set your goals, no matter how ludicrous they are, no matter how stupid you might think they are. My goal is to get to a million subscribers on YouTube. That's my goal. And even more if I can, but the goal is 1 million. But first I need to get to 100. Then I need to get to 1,000. Then I need to get to 10,000. If I looked at it in a way that like, oh my God, I'm on 46 and I need 1 million, it sounds impossible. But impossible is only impossible until somebody completes it and until somebody does it. And I'm going to prove that with this. So it's Sunday. What's the date today? It's the 2nd of November. I'm 29. I'm a week or maybe 5 or 6 days away from turning 30. And I can't wait to reflect in a year's time when I'm 31 and see how this has got on and continue working. And I can't wait to see this video when I'm 40 in 10 years' time and see where I got on. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm going to leave it with. And I'm sorry if this video was long. I'm sorry if it was drawn out. But look, this is just what I like to do. And I like to talk to you guys. I like to talk to you. I want you guys to get to know me. And I want you to understand that you have the ability. Just don't give up too early. And as always, go and get it.